Hey guys, welcome back to another marathon style video where I have compiled several of my recent videos into one super long, super motivating video that you can just pop up on your TV, tablet, or phone and clean or declutter or organize or whatever is on your to-do list with me. It's always better to do these things with a friend so we can body double a little bit today, hang out together. I will keep you company and keep you motivated and keep you on track because you're not going to be getting distracted by having to find the next video. You're instead going to be getting consistent motivation. And in today's video, you are going to be getting lots of decluttering motivation along with some cleaning motivation and some homemaking inspiration. I'm sharing some different recipes. I'm also organizing and transforming a pantry. So there's lots of fun stuff in today's video. And if you are new here and this is the first time you're seeing one of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join the family. It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of things planned. And without further ado, let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are decluttering and I'm so excited. We're gonna be focusing on my bedroom. So we're gonna be doing all the clothes. I'm gonna be working on my dresser first and then we're gonna take a step into my closet and get that space decluttered because it's just a mess in there. It's gonna look so good by the end of the day. Did my hair in those curls again today and I've just been loving that. So anyway, we have a lot to get done. I am gonna be listening to an audiobook today. I have a few that I've been listening to and loving, so I'll write up a few of those down in my pinned comment. If you have any favorite audiobooks that you've been loving lately, comment them down below so that I can add them to my list. I love audiobooks. They just kind of keep my mind busy while I'm doing all the little work, and especially when you have a lot of stuff to get done, it's just super nice so that you don't feel like you're spending all your time doing all this stuff. It just kind of keeps your mind preoccupied. So putting my oil on the ends of my hair just so it kind of looks a little bit better. Look at that curl. I love this. I love that look. All right, let's do this. Let's go. I have been doing the whole if it fits, I can keep it kind of thing for a while. This year, I'm really trying to be proactive on this stuff and I'm trying to set new routines. One of those things is I want to start quarterly declutter. So at the beginning of each quarter, so every third month, I guess, no, every fourth month, every 3 months. Once every 3 months, I want to go through all the major areas in my home. You kind of just maintain it a bit better. And so that's what I want to do. But I also want to actually start implementing the 1 in, 1 out rule. I know a lot of you guys have talked to me about this for years and I just have never really jumped on board with it, but I think that's what we're going to do. So if you will help me out, comment below, what number do you typically like to stick around for bathing suits or sleep clothes or shirts or pants or whatever it is. I'm just talking about clothing in this specific instance. I'm gonna figure out what exactly will work for me, but I would love to hear your thoughts on it. My drawers and my dresser really need a lot of love. Not as much as my closet, but this is a good start. If you are working on decluttering and you're feeling overwhelmed with a big project like an entire closet, starting small will give you that momentum and that boost to get going, and then it'll be easier to kind of carry your momentum into the larger space. So that's what we're gonna work on today. We're starting small and we'll get to the big stuff in just a bit. Starting with my swimsuit and biker shorts, I guess. I wear them all the time in the summer, so I'm not wearing them right now, but I'm gonna see how many I actually need because I think I have a lot. And I figured today I'll actually declutter along with you guys. I did that last time I did my closet and it was really, really nice. All right, so these are my swim shorts. I only have one, so I'll keep that. These are extra curtain things and I don't see myself using them, so that's toast. This cover up I do use. Oh my gosh, this little amber necklace was Noah's and it's broken, but I will forever keep it because it's so cute. This is a little iron-on patch that I'm gonna keep, but it doesn't belong in here. And what do you guys do with these? I have these little bags that come with random things and I always think, oh, this would be so handy, but I never use it. So I guess it's gone. Swimsuits. I wanna keep that one and this one. 2, 3, 4. We do have a pool, so I do use like multiple swimsuits in the summer, but I think I don't need quite that many. We'll tuck this back here. Let's just keep 7 shorts, which I still think is probably too many, but we'll go for that. These ones I ordered and they just didn't fit right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do laundry more than once a week, so I do not need more than 7. But that means we're getting rid of 5 pairs. It's gone. And this drawer is already a lot nicer. All right, my sock and bra drawer, let's go through it. So right here, I have all my socks. I do use all these, but I'm gonna probably just kind of minimize it. And a bunch of bras, and I don't use all of these. All right, I do have some of these socks. I use them to like work out or to sleep if I do lotion at night, so I'll keep some of those. These ones I've been loving. I don't like this, like they're just more snug, so I'll see if some of the kids want those because currently my kids have either bigger feet than me or the same size. These two are like the same. Pretty much. So I keep 1. I don't like these ones as much. I keep 4 of those. Perfect. And then these ones are like super stretchy socks. I have always wanted to be a person that wore these and I finally got into it this year and I've actually been wearing them all the time. I'm literally wearing it right now. I don't like this one as much. I don't like these ones as much. That's 4. Perfect. That is so much better already. These socks are gone. If you have something that you're always going for, like you'll literally go do a load of laundry just to make sure that you have that item to wear, you're almost never going to be wearing your extra stuff because you just don't like it that much. Same with this guy. And actually the gray ones have like a weird stretch too. Oh, and then I have a slip, which I don't wear often, but once in a while you need it. So we'll tuck that one back there and that is so much better. We've gone through 2 drawers already and this is what we have that we're decluttering so far. Sleep clothes. Oh, all right, these are my favorite pants ever and I always look for these ones. I have some sweats. These ones are really good. These ones, I love these sweats and I don't like these ones as much, so those ones are gone. Put these sweats back. All right, so I would say again, I probably need to narrow my sleep shirts down to like 7 or less because I do laundry once a week at least. I love that shirt. This is from a comedian, Saguaro guy. And some of these are just literally like so worn. This used to be a picture and that's how much I've worn it. It's gone. That is plenty and we're good to go. Okay, this drawer is kind of funny. This is paint shirts, paint pants, and then my leggings. But again, like I just don't need 8 paint shirts. I probably need like 3 or 4. That's like the max that a project will take me before I do laundry. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then this drawer is just full of like t-shirts and like workout leggings. But I feel like actually I could just use my regular leggings for this, so I might just not keep most of these. So now in here I have like my graphic tees. These are from something. So like different concerts that I've been to or like a comedian I went to or even a sports team. And then on this side is just like my regular kind of graphic tees. And then over here is workout. That was really quick and that feels so good. All right, I have been putting off doing my closet and doing my dresser and decluttering that for a while, and I'm kicking myself right now because that took all of like 15 minutes, and you can see all that we've decluttered so far. And I'll show you an after of my drawers, but literally I can open them all easily and close them easily and see what I want, and it's just so much better. You feel so much lighter. Now let's get back to decluttering. In my closet, I am only going to be focusing on my clothing and just things like that. So Kyle's gonna have to do that with his own stuff, just because I feel like that's kind of personal of what you want to keep, what you don't. I can give him a little head start like I usually do, where I'll kind of pull a few things aside, like I don't really see you wear this, but in the end that will be his choice of what he wants to get rid of. But my clothes, I have a lot to go through. I mean, over the last year I have lost about 50 pounds. I've kind of fluctuated over the last few months, and now I'm getting back into it. So with that, I do have a lot of things that I still kind of need to get rid of, but I'm kind of being mindful of that fluctuation and just of all of that. So I feel like that's where some of my excess clothes have come from. Either way, it's gonna feel so good just to really minimize and pick what I truly wear, because over the last few months, especially towards the end of last year, I was like pretty ruthless with what I got rid of, and it felt so good. It felt really good, especially in my kitchen and like in the front of my house. And so I really want to replicate that and do that in my closet, and it's gonna feel so much better. One thing that I'm gonna start with, and I wanted to show you guys. So whenever I do a big declutter and I put everything back, I will put all the hangers backwards like this. Do you see that? How these are normal, these ones are backwards. And anything that has not been used since I've done like a big declutter, those hangers will still be backwards. And so that gives me a good reason to like look through these and see, okay, am I really not gonna wear these? Were they just out of season? Like, what's the deal with them? And so these are like almost immediate declutter, but it's a really quick and easy way to just declutter a little easier sometimes. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a second. Guess how many shirts I have hanging up in my closet. No judgment, please. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I like to pull everything out, lay it out on the bed. I need to see it. I need to like pull everything out and see the chaos, and then be like, okay, do you really need like, I don't know how many hangers this is. I'm gonna count it up and I'll put it on the screen in a second, but this is ridiculous. And I need to see this myself so that I can be like, yeah, not everything can be a yes. In fact, a lot of it needs to be a no, I'm decluttering this. This stack right here is why I am going to be implementing the 1 in, 1 out rule. For those of you that have told me to do that for years, thank you for being persistent with it. I'm here and I'm going to be grateful that I'll start working on that rule. Let's count these up. 90 shirts. I could do laundry 3 or 4 times a year, and that's it. That's all I'd have to do to not wear the same shirt twice. That's ridiculous. Now, I will say I do not put away like a summer wardrobe and a winter wardrobe, so this is like all of it together. Time to get real.
You were my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you. You and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters.
Okay, so here's like my most of the year wardrobe. Let's count these shirts out. So 4, 5, 10, 15, 23. So it's much better, but I'm still gonna like re-go through these. So I'm not gonna go through them right now, but when I put them in the closet, I'm going to kind of organize them in color and everything. And then I will double check and think like, do I really want these? And then we'll put them away. Here's my winter wardrobe, which I am cold all the time. So I will say I use this more like for a longer time period. And I would say a lot of people might use it here in Arizona, but let's still keep it real and count. These are hands down my favorite winter shirt. They're like kind of like these cropped sweaters. They're my favorite and I wear them all the time. So I do have one in like every color and I wear them very consistently. I'm sure you guys know which one I'm talking about. I actually really like these overshirts. This one I really only wear around Christmas time. I probably don't need it. That's literally like I will only wear it 1 month of the year, right? I don't need that. I do like these a lot. I'll think about getting rid of the brown one, but I do like them, so we'll see. And I feel like I don't grab for the red one, although it's really pretty. I just like the gray one better. So I'll pass this to one of my sisters. And then these, I do really like these. These are like a warm bodysuit, so I really like these ones. I see this shirt, I'm like, why do I not wear this? And it's just because like the neckline, it always hits wrong with my bra. And so that's why I don't wear this one. It took me a minute to remember. And then this one's so pretty. Okay, but this is the amount of hangers we just decluttered. Any of the clothes that I think my sisters might like, I'm gonna put in a basket, and then everything else I'm gonna put in a box to donate.
We were in too deep in your worn-out sweaters, thinking we'll be young forever, driving in your mom's old hatchback, and we were in too deep.
All right, welcome to my closet. I am going to work on this whole area all at once. We have some random bits up here, and then these are like my dresses and my jackets. So let's start here and work our way around. This is like my warm jacket. Okay, so this is where I do have several different jackets. So like this is my pullover and I love this one. This is my shacket and it's very, very comfy and cozy. I feel like I have other options if I just want something super casual, so maybe I'll let go of this one. Even though I'm a little sad about it, just to minimize. I just don't need it, you know? But I'll see if one of my sisters wants it. And then this is my favorite jean jacket ever and I wear it and I love it. All right, and then this is like my sweater, which sometimes I wear to church or just on a cozy day, so I will keep that one as well. I think I will get rid of this one. It's been like, this one I've debated getting rid of so many times. I like it a lot. It's super comfy, but I think because it's such a bright color, it doesn't always go with what I'm wearing, and so I don't wear it that often. So we'll give this one a new home. And I like the other one of these because it has a pocket, so this guy is going to a new home too. This dress is so pretty, but it ended up being like just a very wrinkly dress, and I don't have time for high maintenance clothes. A little candy letter that we made for Father's Day this year, but I might just go ahead and take the candy off. Maybe I'll write things in. I have moved these cords around our house for so long. Nobody in our house has come to look for these, so it's time to let go of all the random cords. If you have cords that you never ever go for, you have the okay to go ahead and clear them out of your life. We don't need to hold on to these any longer. So you guys know I love slippers. I love these. I think they're so cute. I only wear them on the coldest days. I don't even need to wear them. I just think they're really fun to wear. So for that reason, is because they're not something that I wear very regularly at all, I'm gonna get rid of these, and they are like, they've only been used in my house, so someone can get a lot of good use out of these. The entire shelf is cleared off, and basically none of it was anything that I needed, but I was storing here for no reason. Okay, before we put the clothes back in the closet, I do want to go through the rest of the shelving area, and then I do have my pants to go through. But one of the things that I'm going to go through is my headband rack. I do still like wearing headbands, not as much as I did at one point. So I used to have 2 towers. I got rid of one and I narrowed it down, but as you can see, I've added a few others. And I didn't do the 1 in, 1 out rule, or this wouldn't look like this. So here we go. I'm not gonna do this one because I have such dark hair that you don't even notice it so much. I like these ones because of the texture that they have, so I'm gonna keep the texture one. I don't do the bows as much as I used to now. Okay, I don't know about you guys, I will wear a backpack or a purse or whatever for like a year at least. And then I'm like, I'm just tired of it. I want something different. Then I'm like, well, it's still fine. I can still keep it. And then I keep it, but I like never usually want to go back to it because I had worn it for such a long time every single day. At this point, I just need to get rid of things. Now this one actually is the one that I will use if we go to a movie theater or something and we want to bring like some snacks or something from home, then I will put everything in here. So I will probably keep that one, but I do have another one. Let me grab it. This is my dreamy beach bag for when we go to the beach all the times that we've gone, like 0 times in the last 5 years, probably more. So I don't probably need this cute, adorable beach bag, so it's gone. Okay, and then this backpack is another one that I had worn for like a year, I think before that backpack, and I've never gone back to this. So I just need to make sure it's empty, and then I can give this to someone that actually will enjoy it and use it because it's a really great backpack purse. Oh, and same thing, I do the same thing with wallets. I'm like, I've had this wallet like 5 years, so time for a change. And then I'm like, well, the wallet's still good, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm never gonna go back to it. But these are still in good shape, so somebody can actually get some good use out of these, but I don't need to hold on to them anymore. These are some church bags, and I used to need 2 and I don't anymore, so I consolidated it all to 1, and then I have this bag, so I'll hang these up and we'll be good. These I'm gonna put away because they were the bed pillows on our bed, but I started not having just like random throw pillows, and I think I liked it not having to just put these on just for show to be pretty during the day and then taking them off every night and putting them back on, like doing that whole dance. But I think I'll still keep them for maybe like a makeover in the future. I don't know. So I'm gonna hold on to them, but not in here. And then I'm also going to swap the clothes, like where I have my clothes, I'm gonna put them back over on this side, which is how I had it when I first moved in. I can't remember why I switched it back, so maybe once I switch it back I'll remember, but for now I think just a little refresh will be nice. I found some clothes that I literally didn't even remember that I had shoved in the back, so I'm guessing all of these are gonna be donate, but let's see. There is definitely a part of me that doesn't even want to like go through them because if I didn't remember they were back there, chances are I don't need them, but we'll just see what it is. Okay, these actually are one of my favorites and I've been looking for them. So that's good. I will keep these, but they don't go there, so that's good to know. This is a pencil skirt. I'm gonna think about that one. These ones don't fit super well, so I'm going to give those. I did know the skirts were back here, so I will keep a couple of my skirts. I'm gonna get rid of 2 of these.
Brothers and sisters all, the one to stand up so tall. The world has never seen a thing like you. You got a smile to light up the dark. Send it out, let us
So basically I'm just gonna take these, turn them all around so that the hangers are all backwards facing. And that way, as I I pull this one out to wear it, and then when I put it back, I'm going to wash it and put it back the right way. And then at the end, I'll be able to tell which ones I'm not ever grabbing for. But if you set a reminder in your phone for like 3 months, 6 months, whatever you want it to be, and then you can come in and check and see like which clothes am I actually not wearing. So what I've done is I have over here like all of my long sleeve kind of like winter wardrobe, and then over here I have all my short sleeve summer wardrobe. Really have a lot of dark colors. Do you have like specific colors that you always go for? Like you have a ton of pink or a ton of black or a certain thing? I don't know. I think for me, I definitely gravitate towards like the darker tones, but these ones right here, I'm actually gonna put kind of in the middle. These are ones that I actually just have to try on. I'm not sure how they're fitting right now. And so based on how they fit right now, will be determining if I want to keep them or get rid of them. But for now, we're just gonna keep them right here. And then actually, I didn't even go through all my pants right now just because it's the same thing. But what I am going to do is be like very aware as I try on pants, like as I put them on during the days, I'm just going to be like immediately put them into the get rid of pile, or I'll keep them. That way I don't have to spend a ton of extra time going through and like trying on each of the jeans, but I'll soon figure out exactly which ones I want to keep and which ones don't fit. Okay, so I really feel I didn't actually get rid of any as I was putting them up here, but I really feel like I wear all of these all the time, and they probably kind of look a little familiar to you guys. I am happy with this, and although it is still definitely plenty of shirts, I feel like this is a much more reasonable amount. But like I said in the beginning, let me know, what is your number? Do you have a number of shirts? Like you don't go over 10 shirts, you don't go over 20 shirts, you don't go over 30 shirts, whatever it is. I have about, I think it's like 23 to 25. It feels so good. I love it. And we still have all of this stuff down here that I just need to put into the declutter bin. But otherwise, I think I'm gonna vacuum in here real quick, and I think we're about done.
Brothers and sisters all, we're scaling all the walls. The world is ours, believe it's true. So let's dance the night away. Go on and sing what you want to say. So let's dance the night away. Go on and sing what you want to say. Sing it.
The final thing that I wanted to do in the closet was just give it a good vacuum, which is always the best when you have it really cleared out like this. Now, I am not worrying about the top of the closet today. Most of those items are keepsake items, or just things that we don't really access very often, but I will be working on that a different day. And then Kyle will, of course, be working on his clothes a different day as well, because I'm sure is going to be very inspired by all of my decluttered clothes and how everything is looking on my side. And in just a second, I actually set up all of the extra hangers that I have now into sets of 10, and you can count how many hangers I actually got rid of. It's amazing. It blows my mind. I did have a few extra hangers that weren't part of those 90 hangers that we counted earlier, but I just got rid of so many clothes. It's ridiculous, and it feels so good and so peaceful. I've really noticed that since ruthlessly decluttering our kitchen and the rest of our home, it has felt so much more peaceful. Now, I still have more to go, because whenever you go back through your decluttered spaces, you can always find more that you're really not utilizing or you're really not needing. So I am absolutely still on my decluttering journey, but it so far feels so great. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I will be absolutely implementing the 1 in and 1 out rule specifically for my closet, because I feel like our closet can get very out of hand, as well as my drawers and everything. And so I think that's going to help me keep things in check, which would be so great. And if you're not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on more real life motivating videos coming very soon. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me today. I'm so grateful for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing some decluttering and organizing, but before we get into that, we are going to get the vibe right and we're going to get a little simmer pot going. I'm going to be using my mini crock pot, which you guys know I love. It's like the perfect transitional simmer pot between winter and spring, so I figured this is the perfect one to share with you guys today. So let's do this.
I wanna hear you say that you only want me.
First, we gotta pull out our handy dandy mini crock pot. You can also do this on the stove, but I like the crock pot because it doesn't boil away the water too quickly. Now, one thing that is great about simmer pots is that you can use fruit that is on its way out and you'll never know the difference, but it's just a really great way to use it up, which is perfect because I do have a good apple that's still good to eat, but we're gonna use it for scent today. But these oranges, one side they look nice, on the other side not so much, and they're actually pretty hard. They are going to be perfect to add scent into our home, but I don't think we're gonna eat them. So we're just gonna slice up our apple. And then we're also going to slice up our oranges.
Brand new street and brand new me. Side by friends I need. Don't you tell.
So what you do for a simmer pot, if you are new and you haven't seen me do this a bunch of times, is you're just going to layer your fruit in here. Basically just set it into your simmer pot, or you could, like I said, you can do it on the stove. And we're going to add in all of our oranges. They smell so good. And this is why this is the perfect transitional simmer pot, because you have all of these really bright fruits, but you still have the addition of the cinnamon stick. And I feel like orange is kind of a summer thing and spring and all the time in winter. And so it just works really beautifully. And then cover all of this to the top with water. Just like that. If you have not done simmer pots, go grab a little pot, put it on the stove, and you just turn it on to low. Or if you have a mini crock pot, I'll link the one that I have below, but it's so quick and easy. I just do this for scent, but what I will do is then at night, I unplug it or turn it off, and then the next day I just refill water, and I keep doing it for like 3 to 4 days, and then I'll end up dumping it, but then it even cleans your drains. Like it's all good. There's so much benefits to simmer pots. I love them. But let's get into one of the main things we're gonna work on today, which is my pantry. Okay, so when we moved into this house like 3.5 years ago, completely redid this pantry. We actually added up some shelves up here for more storage because the shelves stopped right here and the ceilings are way higher. We also added in some shelves on the sides. Like we did a lot, and we painted in here, added lights, all this stuff. So that was really incredible. It changed this pantry so much, and I've been mostly pretty happy with it over the years. Like maybe once a year I'll come in and do like a little reset, a little refresh on it, and I might change out a few bins, but overall we've kind of kept it pretty much the same, and I'm still pretty happy with it. It does get a little chaos, but I feel like this is kind of the extent of the chaos. So, you know, we have some random bits just kind of floating around, especially after the holidays and after we have family come in town, which we just had family in town this last week and the weeks before that, and then like a month before that. So we've had a lot of family here, and I feel like everybody kind of brings their own stuff in. So with that, I am going to be decluttering our pantry, pulling out anything that we just are not going to be using. My diet and way of eating changes a bit because I have Hashimoto's, and I'm always kind of trying to figure out what's going on with that, or like what works and then it stops working, the whole thing. So I'm gonna start up here and make sure that this stuff is still good. These are items that we'll buy in bulk, but I have been really terrible about actually sorting through them, so I want to make sure they're not expired. I do not even remember buying this massive of a bag. I wonder if my mom or sister bought this when they stayed with us. Okay, this is where the good part happens. You know how it goes in your pantry, you have your constant repurchases. So those items are always getting kind of recirculated and used up, and then repurchased and used up, and the whole thing. But there are definitely like random items that you might buy to try out and you don't end up using them, but then you have a hard time like, I didn't use them, I want to use them, what do I do? So I'm going to make like a use it or lose it shelf, or I might grab a bin or something. And basically I'm going to put a time limit on it, maybe like 2 weeks. I feel like that's a good amount of time. And if I don't use it in those 2 weeks, then I'm going to lose it. So for example, I saw this and I'm like, when did I buy PB2 peanut butter powder? I don't really remember using this before. And I look at it, it doesn't expire still for quite a while, unopened. So I probably bought it for a recipe, didn't end up using the recipe, or maybe I thought, oh, this could be a good snack with something, didn't use it. So this would be a good example of, this is going to go into my use it or lose it for 2 weeks pile. You can make your time limit whatever you think is realistic for you, but I'm gonna put myself 2 weeks. If I don't use it in that time, it's likely I'm not going to use it, because now it's fresh in my mind, like, oh, I have that item, and that'll help me actually only keep things that we are really going to use. Now I'm gonna pop in my headphones and get to work. I think I'm gonna listen to an audiobook today again. That's just kind of been my jam lately, but I know I ask this all the time. If you have a favorite podcast or audiobook, send your recommendations my way. And I know food can be a little bit of a tricky thing. You feel guilty getting rid of it, but I know there are some things that my family has brought in when they come to stay with us, and it's like, although they would have used it if they stayed longer, it's not being used now, and I'm not going to use it. Or, you know, maybe like that peanut butter, it's not something that I'm going to probably use. So you can pass it on to a food bank, you can pass it on to neighbors or friends or family that lives close by. Like, there are a lot of options. You don't have to feel guilty about holding on to something, because in the end, if you're not going to use that item, it's just going to be working on going bad. So it really is doing nobody any good to keep it, but it's adding more clutter, and then it might even cause you to repurchase items that you can't see that you already have in your pantry because it's so overcluttered. Like, this has a couple of lasagna noodles, but I'm probably not going to use this. I got this randomly. I'm not going to use this. This is back from like Thanksgiving, and I never make this until Thanksgiving, so I'll probably donate this so it doesn't go bad in the meantime. My sister needed some sugar, and she didn't want like the coarse sugar in the raw, so we got this little tiny thing, but I'm not going to use it.
Broken bones are worth their weight in gold. They prove your life. No fears or regrets. Just take the jump and hold your breath. It feels good to be alive.
Okay, so like these are something that I used to use when I was doing gluten-free, but they are not keto friendly, so I'm just not going to use them. I'm going to pass them on to one of my friends that does do gluten-free, but that will actually get used. And these are from Thrive Market. They are both so good. They're super easy. You just pop them in, so you don't have to worry about like cooking anything or even storing it in the pantry or in the fridge. It's just super, super nice. These are another one from Thrive Market. I like it because it just is like basic ingredients. There's no crazy stuff in here. So I'll use that sometimes to make ranch. Otherwise I'll make my own ranch. Do you decant your items or just leave them in their own boxes or containers? I personally love decanting, as I'm sure you can tell with the pantry, but I definitely don't decant everything. I really just like to focus on the items that we always repurchase, that we're always using, like oatmeal, cereal, rice, things like that. And that way I can easily see exactly how much we have. I can also get to it easily, and I feel like it's a little bit more inspiring even to use. But look at the space right now. It is looking so much better than when I started just a little bit ago. It really doesn't take a whole lot of time. So if you have a space like this, whether it's your pantry or whatever, I feel like once you have a good organization system in place, it's very easy and honestly not super time consuming to just reset your space.
I feel so alive. I feel so alive. I feel the blood rush through my veins. I can take on the world when you're next to me. Yeah, I feel so.
So this area over here is kind of geared more towards the kids and snacks and treats and things like that, because if you can tell, this is actually underneath the stairs. So that's why the ceiling is like very low and kind of awkward. It is really good that it's utilizing that awkward space, but it definitely makes for an interesting pantry over here. And then once I got to like the pretzels and kind of like the snack area down on this third shelf, I just kind of put things together. So I really don't mind mixing the nuts or mixing the different pretzels, as long as it's like the same type of food, and my kids definitely don't care either. Don't feel like you have to do things perfectly, just do them how it works well in your home. There's definitely no right or wrong.
Been 2 weeks and nothing's changed. Close my eyes, I see your face. I'm so sick of all the thinking, all the sitting around and missing. Same old things don't numb the pain. I don't wanna go downtown, I don't wanna mess around. All I think about is your lips, your kiss. I don't wanna have a drink, have a random little fling. All I wanna do is show up at your place and say, let's try this again.
So I think these baskets are so cute. I got them for this actually, but I wasn't thinking about like, you know, realistic onions shedding or potatoes going bad and leaking all over. So I actually want to get different baskets that have like totally closed bottoms. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So for now, we're just gonna wipe the shelf down and go with it.
For a minute you forgot me, but I'm at home remembering. I don't wanna go downtown, I don't wanna mess around. All I think about is your lips, your kiss.
I will absolutely need to be retouching the paint on the shelf. I tried my best to, you know, spray it down, wipe it down, and even use a magic eraser, but I could only get it so good. So at some point, you know, and who knows when that'll happen, I do need to come back in and actually repaint the shelves just like we did a couple years ago. But for now, it is absolutely better than it was.
Let's try this again. I don't wanna have a drink, have a random little fling. All I wanna do is show up at your place and say, I don't wanna go downtown, I don't wanna mess around. All I think about is your lips, your kiss. I don't wanna have a drink, have a random little fling. All I wanna do is show up at your place and say, let's try this again.
If you remember the before, this is so much better. This is worlds better. It definitely has the same vibe because like I said, it was already previously organized. However, this did not take a long time. And I feel like once you do a full reset, it's great because it actually stays a lot more organized and it stays a lot cleaner for a lot longer, as opposed to when you just kind of tidy the space a little bit, but you don't do like a full clean or a full reset. And I feel like for me, definitely it inspires me to cook a lot more and just utilize my ingredients a lot more. So I love it. It's a new day. I'm gonna plug in my little simmer pot and get that going for today. But today I want to do a few little food prep items. So I am gonna try this out because I'm really excited. It only has 2 carbs for the entire serving. We're also going to do my super quick overnight oats just with the Thrive Market overnight oats. And then I'm going to restock our milk because we just ran out and I washed the containers. These I got from Home Goods / TJ Maxx, whatever you want to call it. I think ours is like mixed. I did find on Amazon they have glass ones of these. They're not quite this shape, but they're basically the same. And I think if I could go back, I probably would do the glass ones just because glass is, you know, a little better. I'm gonna show you how to make the easiest and like really affordable almond milk that doesn't take really any time at all. So I have these cute little cups. These are the ones that I've been using for our overnight oats. So anyway, let's do this. Oh, and actually before we get into all of that, I wanted to share the newest little Bloom towel drop. So these are their St. Patrick's Day ones. And I feel like these are my favorite St. Patrick's Day ones that they have ever done. I love that on one side, they're just like simple. Green and white, I feel like it goes with anything, it's not in your face. However, if you want a little more color, like you have the rainbow on that side, so pretty. And I don't know if you can tell, it's like very gradient colors. Do you see that? So beautiful. And how cute are like these little mini dainty clovers. I think that's adorable. Then on this one, you have the plaid pattern. And then how fun is this? Honestly, this one I feel would be cute, just like in a little girl's bathroom or something like that if you have daughters. I think that's so adorable. Or perfect in the kitchen, obviously, but like this could just go all year round. I love Bloom towels. You guys know my whole spiel about them. They are super oversized, super good size, super absorbent. They have like that tight waffle knit. They are double-sided, obviously. They have a ton on their website, so lots and lots to choose from. They have this little hook, so you can hang them up. You can use them in the kitchen, you can use them in the bathroom. They wash up so beautifully, and they are just such high quality that they stay looking really amazing for years and years and years. I've had mine for a really long time, and they're still looking brand new. So anyway, I will link them down below as always, but my code is Amanda, and it'll save you 15% on not only their cute little St. Patrick's Day towels, but also all the towels on their website. But I just thought I had to share these. They just came in the mail and they're so pretty. You guys have to let me know which one's your favorite. Do you like the little clovers or the plaid? Remember, the plaid one has those flowers on the inside, and then the clovers have just like the gradient rainbow. So pretty. Okay, now let's get to food prep. Oh, and then I forgot to say, but I'm also going to be doing more decluttering. So I really want to focus on our hall closet. It's what we kind of call like the sports closet or the football closet. It has all the boys' football gear, and it is a little smelly, and it's so, let me just show you what it's looking like right now. It's a hot mess. Dun, dun, dun. It's rough. Everything is just piled up in here, so chaotic, not organized, and it's gonna need a big declutter. But the after is gonna look so good and it's gonna feel so good. I just did my closet last week and it feels so amazing. It feels like a whole new space. So if you have not gotten into decluttering this year yet, pick a room, pick a space. It will motivate you and it feels so good. All right, now before we can do anything, I actually have to make the almond milk because the almond milk is going to go into that chocolate shake, and also the almond milk is going to go into the overnight oats, so I really need some milk. All right, so you're gonna start with your blender. This is a high-speed blender, but I actually don't think that you need a high-speed blender for this particular recipe. And all you're gonna need is some almond butter or whatever kind of nut butter you want, and then water. And if you want it to be sweetened, you can add in like some maple syrup or a date. I don't sweeten it, but actually I did start adding in some vanilla just because my family likes that. but that's totally optional. So I'm gonna add in a little vanilla extract. Okay, and this is the best way to mix up your natural nut butters. Just go nice and slow first. To clean this up, I'm actually just gonna put it right in my blender. I'll say this is about 2 tablespoons. That takes like, I mean, it doesn't really actually take any more time. It's actually faster to do this. It's just you have to grab this, your blender, your hand blender out. But when you do that, you will see this like emulsifies it so nicely that you actually won't have to sit there and stir it like ever again. It will just stay beautifully mixed forever. Okay, so we have about 2 tablespoons in here. And I found the ratio that we like is 1 tablespoon per 1 cup of water. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I just fill this up and pour it in. Let the water right in. And then we'll start blending once we put the top on. And watch, it's so cool. It'll turn from like brown to a really milky white very quickly. Very foamy right at first. And then you literally just pour it right in. And just like that, we have like a gallon of almond milk. So you see the foam, like I said, it will calm down and then fill up the rest of this. So the nice thing with this is even though it doesn't have emulsifiers, that's great. You don't have a bunch of other stuff in your milk. It's just literally almond butter and water. But then whenever you're ready to use it, you literally just give it a quick shake and it's all mixed up again and it's good to go. So yummy. All right, now let's make some overnight oats. And then these are just disintegrating labels, so they just disintegrate with water. I'll write the date on these so that we know when this was made. You know, we have never had it go bad. I feel like we just use it up in time, but just in case, we know when these were made. Finally, we are going to try out this collagen fuel chocolate coconut flavored collagen peptide drink mix. Quite the mouthful. I've used Primal Kitchen products in the past and I've loved them, so I'm excited to see how this is. So it says just stir, blend, or shake. Start with 8 ounces of hot or iced liquid. Add a small amount of liquid to 1 scoop of powder. Whisk thoroughly, then blend the remaining liquid. So it's just saying like to emulsify it, you want to add like stir it up with like a little bit of liquid and then add it to it, probably so you don't get clumps. But I'm actually going to make this iced in my blender, so I'm not going to bother following the directions exactly, just because, yeah, I'm gonna do it in my blender. So just 1 scoop into my blender. I'm gonna add a little bit of ice. Plus, I feel like ice stretches it and it makes you feel like you're getting more than you actually are, which is perfect because really the ice is like no calories, so it's just free. And I'm just gonna use the last of this, which is about, actually it's like 8 ounces exactly. Perfect. of truth. It looks really good. It's like thin, you know, because I just use the almond milk, but then it has like that nice like frothy, icy look on top. Okay, actually that's super good. This would be like the perfect just like snack, and I like that it's low carb. So this does not have a protein shake flavor at all, which is nice. But this is collagen, so it's not actually even protein, but it does have 11 grams of protein. I found a tip the other day to find out if something is truly high protein. You look at the calories. So this is like 70 calories for one scoop, and then you take off the last digit. So for example, this would be 7, and then you say if the protein is higher than that, then it's a high protein item. So the protein is 11. So actually this is a high protein item, but this is super delicious. It definitely tastes like a little treat, but it's low in calories, low in carbs, high in collagen, high in protein, super yummy. Okay, now let's get to decluttering that closet. All right, welcome to the Monica's closet. If you watch Friends, you know that reference, and if you don't, just Google it. But basically, it's a closet like this. Actually, this isn't like the worst Monica's closet I've ever seen or that I've ever had, but I like to keep the door closed because then you just don't know the chaos that lives behind this door. We do have some random bins up here. Right now, we're not really utilizing this very well. So I want to pull everything out, and then declutter and then put anything back in that we actually use and need, because a lot of this stuff is just hanging out in here, making it harder to get to the things that we actually use and actually need. Used to be like a really nice shaped S-hook, and now it got damaged, apparently too heavy.
We were skipping rocks down by the river. My hot red heart was so on fire.
Got my trusty laundry basket. Some of these things I'm gonna have to ask the boys about, like specific items, but I think they've outgrown these. So many football helmets.
On the drive home.
I think I'm actually going to organize this by sport. So like we'll have soccer in here, and then maybe we'll have like football accessories down in here. And those are the 2 sports that our kids play.
Closed your eyes and finally let go. Said it's a shame that nothing lasts. Oh, I wish it could be this simple forever.
Okay, so if you have a closet, like a sports closet like this or an area like this, these over-the-door shoe organizers are so nice for just anything. They are so good at organizing. With that, you need to go through them more often than I do, because you can very easily start accumulating things that you really don't even know are in there anymore. You know, anytime that you have something that's easy to organize and easy to put things places, you're going to have to know and realize that those are also going to attract clutter. So if we don't know where something goes in here, it's like, oh, it fits, and it gets shoved in here. So it does need to be gone through periodically. What would actually be super nice is if I came in and organized this and put like little clips or something with, even if I just wrote it on, okay, this is tape, this is armbands, this is wristbands, whatever. And that would be so nice. Just because then when you go to put something away, you'll actually know where it belongs versus just thinking, I think armbands go here or whatever.
We'll be chasing down the sun. Colors changing. The fire in your eyes was fading. All the leaves had started burning. They were bracing for the fall.
Okay, then the only thing left is just this basket. It's like a really heavy duty wire basket that I think we got from Target, but this has like the tackle football duffel bag, but I like to store the pads and the helmet inside of here just because then it's all kind of contained. And up here we just have like random bits, like we have stuff for the animals. We also have a bag of like trampoline park socks, which if you guys have not started doing this, it's so nice because otherwise you have to buy the socks every time you go, or like they get invited to birthday parties, whatever. So whenever we have them, I just grab them and put them in here. I will go through this like kind of periodically if the kids have outgrown them or they're just, you know, maybe we don't have the other set, but that's super, super handy. This is just odds and ends. And then actually this is really handy. So anytime the kids are like have outgrown their football gear or whatever, but I can still reuse it for the next one coming up, I'll put them in here. So for example, we have cleats. These will be, I think, Noah's next. We actually have some shin guards, but like these ones are way too small for any of our kids, so I can give them to a friend. All right, another space down. This feels so, so good. I was actually hoping to get into our laundry room today, not to do a full makeover, although that is coming, that is on the list, but I wanted to actually declutter in there. That will just have to wait for another day, but it feels so good to have a little bit of food prepped. Also, our pantry is looking so, so good, and now this closet is actually very functional. Anyway, I hope that this decluttering and organizing video has been super motivating for you. I'm actually gonna stick a really motivating playlist on the right side of the screen. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the family, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. You can come see your pantry.
Oh my gosh.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have a different background behind me. However, it might look somewhat similar because it's actually my same floor plan that I live in, except the house is flipped. So this is one of my good friends, Emily's home, and she has kindly let us borrow her pantry, and she's super excited about it too. So inside here is her pantry. Like I said, it's actually the same pantry that we have in our home. They had previously added shelves up here, kind of like we did as well. On the side, she has not one, but two of these like wall can organizers. I love that she put that behind her door. I actually didn't do that in ours. We put our second one over here, which she has brooms, so that's super nice and smart that they did that. But we are going to be giving this pantry a complete overhaul. I'm not going to be like painting, doing any of that stuff, but we are going to be decanting and reorganizing, decluttering all the things in here, and it is going to look and feel so good, and I'm really, really excited to get it done. Let's see what time we're at right now. I think it's like 10, it's 10:20, so we have a little bit of time, but let me show you what organizers we're working with. All right, so over here we have all of the bins. I have some mason jars, plastic bins, some wicker bins. All of these I feel were from TJ Maxx, so like this was $10, things like that, and we were able to get it for a good deal. This is like a pack of 3. I did keep receipts, and I'll be able to exchange these or return them if needed. And then actually some of these were things that I have just had hanging on and I didn't use them in different areas. These bins were left over from previous projects, so were the Lazy Susans, and then this organizer right here was also left over. So it's super nice that we were able to reuse some of the items that I already had. We'll see what we use, and anything that I don't use I can go ahead and return, and that'll be great. I'm so excited. It's gonna turn out so good in here. Let's get the magic started.
I wanna hear you say that you only want me.
First things first, we're gonna actually pull everything out, and I'm gonna put them into like areas and kind of clusters in her kitchen and on her table. We'll kind of spread it out, make a big mess, and then we'll start decanting, organizing out there a little bit, and bring things into here. This is my friend Emily. She's amazing. We are neighbors and we've been friends for a few years. And honestly, she has just helped me so much get through the last few months. So I'm beyond excited to be able to do this for her and just kind of help create a more peaceful space for her that I know will be super functional and super helpful and useful. All right, we're staying focused, but I wanted to show you guys. I've talked about these so many times before. I love them so much. I don't know if you guys have, but I have had AirPods, like Apple AirPods, for years and years, and I didn't use them all the time because they would constantly fall out of my ear. Like if I would tilt my head like this, like pop, they go out. But these, I have had these for probably close to a year now, I think. Anyway, they're shocks, but they're over the ear AirPods. But the nice thing, do you see how it actually leaves this open? So I love them because if I'm around other people or if I'm like, of course, around my kids, I can hear what's going on around me, but I'm still able to listen to an audiobook or a podcast or music or whatever. But anyway, I wanted to just suggest these to you guys, especially because I've heard a lot of other people also struggle with that issue of like the AirPods falling out. So if that's you, give these a shot. I love them so much. Anyway, let's keep going. Maybe some music today. All right, we are looking good in the pantry. Not so good on the countertops, but there is a method to the madness. So as I was pulling everything out of the pantry, I didn't just place everything randomly. Instead, I put things with like items. That way, once I'm ready to actually start organizing everything, I don't have to sort through the items a second time. So as you're doing this with your own pantry and your own cabinets, definitely keep that in mind. And that way you'll avoid having to do the work twice. All right, so the next step is to actually kind of do like a dry fit in the pantry. So I'm going to take all of my bins and baskets and things and kind of place them in areas that I think it might work well to have them. And then I'll be able to kind of better understand how I want to place items in the baskets, and then also like what my loose containers and decanting containers are going to be holding and where those will sit. So, and then also I want to know I'm not going to be taking off any tags or anything in case we need to return items that we don't use. Okay, so this little rolling cart right here, I thought would fit perfectly right here. I actually already had this on hand. This is just something that I had in storage, but previously they had a little organizer. The bad thing about that one is it actually extended over here, and so it made all of those like shelves on this side useless, or at least not easily accessible. So I thought that would be perfect there. And then I wanted to get these soft bins for easy access to overflow. So, you know, if they get extra packs of oats or things like that that kind of need to be easily accessible, they can go down here. And I pre-measured, so fingers crossed my measurements were correct and these fit. Okay, one thing that I love using in pantries, also in fridges, but especially pantries, is Lazy Susans. I happen to have these already. Anytime I buy Lazy Susan, I will hold on to it because I feel like, especially when I do things for other people, I just always will pull them back in. These are actually oversized ones. I want to say they're like 15 inches. You can find Lazy Susans at TJ Maxx, at Walmart, all the places, Amazon, everywhere. And they're nice because you can put a lot of things on here that otherwise would be really shoved back, especially when there are things like condiments or excess overflow items that they're not all the same. So you don't just want to stack them up because then you're going to miss out on the things that are in the back. But this way, you can turn it around and put things exactly where you want them and you can find them easily. So I don't We'll see. I might put them there. I might put it up here. I'm not sure. Let's bring the rest of the stuff in. All right, I do have my list here. This is just when I came over and I went through Emily's pantry with her. I was like, okay, what are some problem areas? What are some things, you know, that you would like to see in here? And I also asked, what items would you like to see decanted into jars and containers? I don't recommend decanting everything because there are certain items that are just easier to keep in their original packaging and put them in a nice bin so they stay organized. Now, I do want to say getting these half-gallon mason jars are such a budget-friendly way to decant items. If you have smaller amounts, you can also do like the 32-ounce ones that are like half this size. But this was only $16 from Walmart. By far going to be the cheapest way to go about doing this. It's also glass, and I do have some different lids to use for these. So I don't know exactly, again, where we're going to put that, but mason jars are a great addition to your pantry. Okay, I got a few of these from TJ Maxx. These ones were like $6, and they are going to have like individual items for her kids' lunches and everything. And then as beautiful as wicker baskets are, they are going to be a little bit more expensive. So if you're doing a full huge space all at once, that might not always be in the budget, but also to kind of stretch your budget, if you do a mix and you keep all of your colors the same color, the same tone, it's going to still look really seamless and look beautiful. Now, one thing that I want to mention before you go to the store and you start buying a bunch of bins, because it's so easy to walk into the store and just buy all the things that you see, they're so pretty, but I would take inventory of what you have, what items are going to be going in bins and baskets. Also make sure that you're measuring your spaces so that you're buying things that will actually fit. I have made that mistake, and it's not nice to go spend your money and then just have to return it because it simply doesn't fit the space. So doing that beforehand, I guarantee, will make a big difference. Now, when you're organizing a pantry, you don't always have space for the extras, but if you do find yourself with a little extra space in your pantry, doing some little fun things can make it just feel extra special. So I was at TJ Maxx. Look at the size of this bowl. It's so pretty, and it was on clearance for $12, so it's gonna be like the same price as a bin or something, but I know that she needs to store her potatoes and onions in here, and I thought, how pretty would that be to store it here? There's still extra room on the sides that I can add more bins over there if I need. Now, if it doesn't work to put it here, that's okay. We can change it, we can shift it. I might even put it over here because if you look at these shelves, they're a lot more shallow, but we'll kind of see where everything lands. I do have some other bins to put over on that side. Doing something like this just can end up adding a lot to a pantry and just making it feel like extra special if you find room for it. Even if you feel like you don't have room, just kind of get creative. You can even like paint things different colors. Like you can do a lot of things just to add a little extra sparkle, a little extra something, and making it feel a little bit extra special. So anyway, this is kind of what we're landing with at the moment. We'll start decanting things. We'll start putting things in baskets and bins and kind of see where we're at. This is another one of those things of what I'm talking about, like adding a little extra something. So I know that her daughter's like a huge fan of Hershey's, and all kids pretty much like a little treat. So I thought this would be fun just to add in to this little corner area that otherwise is not ever being used, and just put like a few little special things. She doesn't have to keep it filled all the time, but if she just has something random or some little special things for her kids, she could add this in there and they can come grab it from here. So I think that's gonna be like a fun little surprise. Now these bins that I'm working on right now are nice. They are square, they're really sturdy, but these ones I'm actually putting on one of the middle shelves. So when you are putting away things in your pantry, make sure that you're really putting things that are most desirable at eye level or a little bit lower, and things that you don't need to grab up high. Like don't give prime real estate to items that you don't need to access often. Okay, so for now, this bin actually is okay. I know it's tempting to like stuff your bins totally full. That does not leave room for real life. It's gonna be perfect on pantry organization day. And then when you get home from your grocery store, you're gonna have no room to put anything. So having a bin that's like, you know, only half full like this is actually a good thing because it leaves room for real life to happen. Okay, so for things like crackers, you don't want to be taking out, unless if you always get like a specific cracker or something, you don't want to be taking out all your crackers, putting them in containers. So that is a good option to put into bins and containers. But this way they're going to look a lot more neat and tidy sitting in a bin. So that's why I opted for a lot of bins for the things that she stores in her pantry. So if this is something that you're getting into all the time, you can always take the lids off or flip them, and then you can just pull them out and use them like this. One reason that I love an organized pantry, complete with containers and bins, is because you can very quickly and easily see what you have and what you need more of on your next shopping trip. And this really helps to avoid overbuying duplicate items at the grocery store, and it stops wasting your food. So I really feel like investing in pantry organization will actually end up saving you money. And I have seen that time and time again.
You better make up your mind, 'cause you know that I want to make it for you. Better keep it in line, 'cause you're a real strong woman. I've got a lot of love, I'm what you want, but if it's only about tonight, I call it off. You're messing with my vibe, I'm falling in love, but if it's only about tonight, I call it off. Tell me what you want to see, tell me what you want from me, darling, tell me what you want to see, 'cause you're a real strong woman. You got a thing that you like, from the back with our bodies keeping in time. You know I can do you right, 'cause when we're low, baby, keep it coming. I've got a lot of love, I'm what you want, but
I love the mason jar white lids. If you're not canning, they are just so much more convenient. But I also wanted to mention, make sure that if you do go the mason jar route, make sure that you grab the wide mouth mason jars. It will make a world of a difference. So now into these jars and containers that I'm actually decanting things into. As I mentioned, I definitely am not an advocate for decanting everything in your pantry, although it can look really pretty. It's really not that functional to like over decant things. But what I'm adding into these is loose pantry staples that are always getting restocked. So like rice, oatmeal, pancake batter, certain pastas. And then because Emily's family is always baking, they're always using various types of chocolate chips, I decided to decant those as well and just put those into these smaller containers that I already had on hand.
Remember when you saw a story in the stars? It told you that you'd go so far. Have you gone there yet?
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about, like changing it up, because I was kind of figuring out exactly how this would go. I ended up not using all of these because I had these little containers, and so I put some of the chocolate chips in there. If I do it like this, you can actually see all the items that she has instead of having them like stacked in front of each other. There's like a taller one and a shorter one, so you can see them easier. And then it's still that symmetrical look, so I think it looks so nice. Perfect. So this guy over here is just gonna hold like paper goods, and I think that'll be really nice because then if they need to like wheel it out for anything, if they're doing like a gathering outside, they can totally use this. Plus it has the wood, so it kind of adds a little warmth and it's just really pretty. It's not all about looks, but it does add for sure. Okay, the final thing that I want to do in the pantry is to actually put some labels on. These I actually got a long time ago, longer than I would like to admit, because they were supposed to go in my pantry and I just never got around to it, but here we go today. They are very affordable. I don't remember how many came in a pack. I don't know, 50 maybe. And I want to say they were like around the $10 range, maybe a little lower, but they're very flexible, which is nice because they are going to fit a ton of different bins. Also, you can just write them on yourself, which means you don't need like any special machine or anything because they're dry erase. You can erase them when needed and rewrite something else if you move things around and shift things. So I'm just gonna start labeling these and then we'll stick them on.
Tell me I'm the one you want. Tell me I'm the reason your heart beats and it won't stop. I wanna be the feeling you've been after all your life. Maybe is it too much to ask for a love just like that? The kind that never goes away. See forever in a day. I wanna be somebody who makes somebody
we are finally to the best part, which is the before and after transformation. Now, if you remember, this is where we started earlier in the day. As I talked to Emily, she said it was hard to find items. Nothing really had a specific home. There were a lot of mismatched bins. It was definitely lacking organization. And aside from the can organizers, they really just didn't have a whole lot in place for this. And now here is the after, and look at what a difference. Oh my gosh, go back and look at that before again, and then come back and look at the after. Like, it is so drastic in here. And I love that we didn't have to paint, we didn't add shelves. Like, we really just took the food that she already had and organized it into various bins and containers, and it looks so incredible. And it honestly feels like there isn't as much food in here now, which I don't think we ended up throwing out really anything, maybe like 2 or 3 items that were super expired, but everything else made it back into the pantry. It looks like she has so much more space, and it's way easier to find everything. And by the way, stay tuned to see Emily's reaction to her brand new pantry, but oh my gosh, you guys, I am just loving her pantry so much. I love that now everything has a place. It's very easy to find what you're looking for. Everything's neatly labeled. And as the bins and organization changes a little bit, she can easily just wipe off the old label and then write in whatever she's changed it to. So I love that convenient aspect of these specific labels. Now, I think it looks amazing. I know Emily was a fan, but let me know, what are your guys' thoughts? Is there anything that you would have done differently in this pantry, or is there anything that you love so much that you're hoping to replicate that in your own pantry as well? Like I said, I love that everything has a place. Everything is easy to find. You can find exactly what you're looking for. And honestly, I feel like it's just so inspiring to walk into a pantry like this where everything is beautifully organized and just so simple and laid out for you. And to top it all off, it is filled with these cute bins. I love it. I'm so pleased with how it all turned out. Now, before we get into the reveal, I did want to say, if you are not subscribed already, make sure you're subscribed down below. And if you are returning, thank you so much for hanging out with me all the time. I'm so grateful for you guys. You can come see your pantry.
Oh my gosh. Oh my, what? Okay, this is like a grown-up pantry.
Yeah.
What in the world? Oh my gosh. Okay, no kids allowed in here, right? Oh my gosh. This could not be more amazing. It's like the gift I didn't know I needed. Amanda!
So that's all your overflow. So it's super easy to get to.
Perfect. So I don't have to like climb up there.
Right. And up there is like all your excess baking, like excess sugar and flour, all that stuff. Now you have access to all of that.
All of that. That was blocked.
And you might even have room to add another one of these. They're just from TJ Maxx, and you could maybe even get like 4 of them.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love it.
Very cute.
I think it turned out so fun.
Me too. Like, even this is like in a cuter basket, like way cuter. Oh my gosh. And I just chose the most perfect bins.
Oh, yay.
Don't you look at the Lazy Susans.
I know, the Lazy Susans are just
Those are really
the
good.
best. You did this so fast.
And we had a lunch break. We got to chat for a while.
Yeah, we even had a lunch break.
You did.
Hey guys, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Life has been a lot lately. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but it's been a lot. And it's been a lot to maintain everything, to keep up with everything. Like, just getting through the days some days has been really difficult. And so my home and maintaining that has definitely fallen into that same category. So today we are doing a whole home reset. Not like a whole home, I guess. I'm not doing like every single space, but I am going through and I'm going to do my best and get through as much as I can. My biggest focus, I'm starting outside just because this is quick, but You do see this from the bedroom and like the living area inside, and so it just looks nicer when it's tidied and reset. And I mean, it's a mess right now. And then I'm gonna go inside and do like the main living area, like the kitchen, living room. I wanna do the guest bedroom, like just kind of all of that too. So we are going to reset our home as quickly and like painlessly as we can. And I hope that this will motivate you to do the same in your home. Hopefully you're not falling behind as much as me, but I feel like we can always use a little motivation or at least some company. So I'm here today, I'm gonna hang out with you, and I'm so thankful that you're here to hang out with me today. Without further ado, let's do this.
I wanna hear you say yeah, that you only want me.
Whenever you have a busy day ahead of you, like you have to do multiple areas in your home, like I'm having to do today because I've definitely fallen behind. I've just found it so much easier if you can find a chore that's like quick and easy to do, or something that you do all the time that like doesn't bother you. And that is what I call a domino chore. I've been talking about this for years and years and years, but basically it's just a chore that's just that. Like it doesn't phase you. You can kind of do it without thinking about it too much. And the good thing about that is it really starts the momentum going. And then you're kind of able to roll into the chores that you like less, or something that like doesn't really motivate you, because you're getting that clean space pretty quickly. So even though this isn't something I do every single day, it was kind of like a nice change of just working and cleaning up outside. And then it really did just like propel me into the rest of the space, and it was a lot easier to finish cleaning the house. Now, I will say for me, there's like two types of domino chores. I do have my favorite, which is always in my kitchen. I like to just start cleaning my kitchen or make my bed. Those are like my two go-to domino chores. But I also think that you can have domino chores that are something you don't do all the time. And that almost is like kind of weird to say, but almost like exciting to start somewhere new, just to kind of break up the monotony of homemaking and cleaning your home. Typically, I would be putting away the tent, but because my kids have been loving to have sleepovers out here and they actually are on spring break this week, I figured I would leave it up. That way we can easily pull it out to the grass and have some fun little backyard campouts. This little squishy silicone thing right here is actually a popcorn maker. We love it so much because it makes the quickest, easiest popcorn. It's obviously dishwasher safe, and you don't have all the additives or extra stuff that they put into traditional microwave popcorn. All you do is just add your popcorn, add whatever oil you want, any salt, pop it in the microwave with a lid, and a few minutes later you have some homemade popcorn and it tastes delicious.
It's about to get real good. It's about to get real good. It's about to get real good. Real good. It's about to get real good.
I just really quickly wanted to show you the new Bloom Towel collection. So these are their spring towels, and I think it's so fun because on one side you kind of have more of like an Easter focus, and then on the other side it's just like really bright and fun for spring. And my coupon code does work for Bloom Towels, so it's just Amanda, and that'll get you 15% off your entire order. I've used these towels for years and years and years and love them so much. They are crazy absorbent. They're nice and oversized, so they're like the perfect kitchen towel. They have that little loop so you can hang them up if you have a hook, and of course they are double-sided with the cutest prints. They have so many to choose from on their website, and then of course their brand new spring collection, but I will have that link down below so you can check them out. But let me know which one of the three that I just shared are your favorite. I'm kind of going between like those dainty flowers, and then I feel like especially for Easter time, I love the little Easter eggs with like the pretty floral prints. I just think that's so darling. So I know we are already into March now and like getting close to being in April, but if you need a new year redo, join me. I completely fell off the wagon, and then I got back on, and then I fell off again, and then I got back on, and I've fallen off again, and I'm about to get back on. And I feel like we're always waiting for, oh, you know, next month, like the first of the month or the first of the year or even Monday. But like you can literally just make your reset whatever day, whenever you're ready. But I will say it's a lot easier to start back on like better eating, exercising, sticking to a new routine or a cleaning routine, whatever your goals are. It's definitely easier to do them with a friend. So even if our goals are not exactly the same or they're not quite matching up, if you need an accountability buddy, let's do it together. And by the way, I wanted to kind of switch up my workouts. I haven't been doing Pilates lately, and I would love to hear what style are your favorite workouts and which ones have you had the most success with.
Lunch dates and coffee breaks, Tuesdays and random days. It's how we spend the worst days of our lives. Your sister doesn't like me much. Your father thinks that I'm a nut. Your son and daughter just don't wanna choose. Think it's time to get away and see. There's a big old world and it's calling you and me. Seattle's cold and I don't like New Orleans. There's a place I know would fit for you and me. Let's go to Carolina. We could start a new life. Already my best friend. Why don't you be my new wife? I don't like living. You don't have much to trust in. You're scared to love again. I don't wanna miss a blessing. In Carolina, Carolina. The weather's nice and the leaves still turn. We can settle down and the kids can learn that home isn't a place but a feeling.
Probably a year and a half ago, maybe. I don't know, time flies, but we ended up redoing our kitchen. We painted the cabinets. We added like a surround on the island. We actually extended the island, got new countertops. We installed a backsplash. Like we did a lot of stuff to the kitchen while we still kept things as low budget as we could. Like we kept the cabinets, the flooring, all that kind of stuff. But ever since extending our island, now we have room for everyone to sit around the island. And since doing that, I have loved it. But I also feel like it's kind of interfered with our family dinner at the table. And even though we can still eat meals together at the island, I just kind of miss the family table dinners because I feel like the table feels more intentional, and I feel like it just kind of brought everyone together more. So I definitely would like to work on making dinner at the table a habit again and not just eating at the counter. But let me know in the comments, do you typically eat your dinner at the table together at the same time, or do you kind of disperse to the living room? Do you eat in the kitchen? Like what is the habit that happens in your home?
If I catch you drinking coffee from my cup, 'cause when you look me in the eyes, My whole world stops inside. I can't see myself anywhere without you. Let's go to Carolina. We could start a new life. You're already my best friend, but don't you be my new wife. I don't like living. You don't have much to trust in. You're scared to love again. I don't wanna miss the blessing. In Carolina, Carolina, Carolina.
Here on this channel, this is the home of the real life moments. My life is full of them every single day, and I actually just like to share them because I don't ever want anyone to feel alone and less than by comparing their full messy lives to someone else's perfectly curated feed, because it's just not actually accurate. So instead of just showing you a real life moment, I wanted to talk about some of the ideal moments that you might have seen in today's video, or you might see later on in today's video, and then I'm going to actually share a real life moment that you didn't see. And I just want you to keep that in mind as your mind starts to try to do comparisons with people online, and I hope that that will just give you a little bit extra comfort. Today you saw my messy home and that whole real life moment in itself, but here are some real life moments that the camera didn't capture. So today you guys saw the fun tent outside, but what you didn't see was it was forgotten for days before. It was left in the yard and the sprinklers got all over it, and it was just a wet mess out there. You also get to see my clean living room today, but what you are not seeing is my complete disaster bedroom that has not got put together all week long. You're also seeing me smiling and chatting with you guys, but you're not seeing all the moments that I'm sitting there crying to myself. Then a little later today, you're going to see a full declutter bin and a nicely reset home, but you are not going to see my messy, chaotic garage that I don't even have plans of when I'm going to actually tackle that one. So my point to sharing all of this is that you're not ever seeing the full picture of someone else's life. And so we really should not be comparing. I mean, we shouldn't anyway, even if we can see the full picture, but it really is not even the full story when we're just seeing little bits and pieces of someone else's days. I will say that we are all going through something that we each need to go through. It's something that's going to make us grow and become better people and be stronger. And in the end, we should be so grateful for those trials, but we also have lots of real life moments every single day, and every single person has them. So if you're having those and you're feeling like that's really heavy on you, just remember you are not alone. I love vac mops so much because I specifically hate mopping. I don't know what it is about that chore, but it gets me. I don't know. And so a vac mop is amazing because it's perfect for hardwood floors. You just vacuum everything up, and at the same time, you're actually mopping your floors. Now, I still think you do need to go through and do a regular mop and bucket, because you can just sit there and scrub your floors so well. But this is the best thing I've found for convenient, regular cleanings.
Heads or tails, taking chances, don't look back, wishing wells, hope for something, hold my breath, you're something else, worth the wait and here at last. got my heart, you got my heart. Here we go. It's now or never, take me home. Let's go together, look out below. 'Cause I'm falling for you.
All right, it's a new day and we are upstairs to get the upstairs reset. So I'm doing my same thing. I'm carrying on with what I shared in a previous video where I am resetting my home by going top to bottom and then clutter and clean. Meaning I'm only decluttering things that you can see without having to go into drawers and cabinets and all that stuff, just anything you can see with your naked eye. And then I am cleaning anything topically, meaning like wiping things down and vacuuming. We are not doing deep cleaning because we are resetting our entire home in a realistic amount of time. So that's what we're doing. I'm starting in my boys' bedrooms, getting this a little bit reset, and then we'll continue on.
Run and jump, arm in arm, we'll touch the sky. Love the rush, you and me, it's do or die. Up and up, never ending kinda high. I'm in it for life. Over the moon and above the stars. You got my heart, you got my heart. Here we go. It's now or never, take me home. Let's go together, look out below. 'Cause I'm falling for you. Geronimo. It's now or never, take me home. Let's go together, look out below. 'Cause I'm falling for you. If it's meant to be, if it's meant to be, then it's you and me, then it's you and me. If it's meant to be, if it's meant to be, then it's you and me, then it's you and me. Here we go. It's now or never, take me home. Let's go together, look out below. 'Cause I'm falling for you. Geronimo. It's now or never, take me home. Let's go together, look out below. 'Cause I'm falling for you.
For a while, we took all the closet doors off in the kids' bedrooms because they were requesting it. They were just having a hard time with the doors kind of like staying on the track easily and getting to everything in their closet. But lately, they've been requesting to have them back on. So today I went ahead and just popped the doors back on. And although it obviously is easier without the doors on, like you can just get into anything you want, it does make it look so much nicer and so much more clean and put together. So I love that for them. This poor little plant has survived for a couple of years now, but it's slowly been just falling apart. And a couple of months ago, it started looking real rough, and then it looks like it finally just gave up. So I think it's time to go ahead and pick up a reliable, easy to please snake plant. I wanted to give you guys a little reminder today because I feel like as I'm looking at my home, not after I've cleaned, because now I'm feeling like, okay, I actually have a little bit of control in my life, but before I was cleaning, my home just was such a mess. It's obviously gotten so far behind, and it completely makes me feel like a failure. because I feel like I should be able to hold things together. I should be able to keep my home in good working order and nice and clean and tidy. Life has just been too much for me to handle. And I think I'm just past my full capacity. And that's without doing a really nice job of maintaining my home. But at this very moment in my life, I just have more on my plate than before. And although I am doing my best, it might not show up in the ways that I would like it to. And so the point of this is, if you are going through a hard season in your life right now, or if you're about to get into a hard season, sometimes we're not even like aware we're about to enter them. But if you are and you're struggling and your home is reflecting that, and you're just feeling like it doesn't appear like you're doing your best, but deep down you know that you are doing your best, then I would just urge you to try to see and understand that. And honestly, I'm going to try to take my own advice for this, because it's so easy to share advice to others and give grace to others. Like, I hand that out to my friends and family like candy, but to myself, I definitely struggle with just seeing those things and actually giving myself grace and not being hard on myself. So I'm going to try to take my own advice today, and I hope that you guys will do the same, because you really are amazing. You're doing a lot, and I know that you're doing the best you can. So that's all we can do. Just do our best and call it a day.
Ain't nobody like you. Talking by yourself and you make me smile. I can listen all night long. I tell you about the time when I first met you, listening to a favorite song. Walking on the street when you caught my eye, something about the way you move. No, there ain't nobody like, ain't nobody like. So lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Yeah, you're taking me high. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. Ain't nobody like you. Jump into the car on a Friday night, I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town, I've never seen a sky so blue.
Okay, you know, when you're a kid and like you cannot figure out how to eat cotton candy and not make your fingers all sticky, and then you get to be an adult and you're like, oh, you just don't get your fingers wet, it's very easy. I feel like that's how it is with my younger two putting up their church clothes. Like, I have shown them so many times. For whatever reason, it just does not compute. I'm waiting for the day when it does compute, because that'll be nice when I don't have to come in here and like try to fix this. It's not the biggest deal. It's mostly just funny right now, but it's just one of those things. I was thinking like, oh, what is so hard about this? It's probably like the cotton candy effect when you're a kid. I don't know what it is. It's impossible.
Let me tell you right now, your exquisite kiss still burning. Didn't know I missed.
So I did not do my entire home. Like, I missed some bathrooms, I missed our bedroom, the guest room, like different areas like that. But I got the back patio reset. I got like the main living area totally reset. That feels so good downstairs. And now I also did that for the boys' bedrooms. And now with their closets, like they have been staying a lot nicer and cleaner. And then I also love that I was able to declutter some. I realized I didn't do a great job of actually sharing and showing the decluttering portion. I just kind of would find something, oh, we don't need this, and toss it in the basket. But by the end of my little home reset, I had an entire laundry basket full of items to declutter. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you're new here, I would love to invite you to subscribe and join the family, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.